Hello everyone and welcome to Tonic. Today we're getting into the hamstrings and the hips. So we'll definitely be using some sort of a strap, and you can use a belt instead, or as I've used before, a rolled up t-shirt, and have some blocks and pillows handy. So making your way onto your back, allow the body to settle down into the mat. Bring your hands to your abdomen, and as you breathe in, allow the belly to fill with air like a balloon. As you exhale, feel that contraction. Inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the hands placed to our stomach so that we can feel this rise and fall in the breath. And now take your hands to your rib cage. And as you inhale, fill the belly and take the breath all the way up towards the ribs. As you exhale, feel the contraction in the rib cage. 2 more breaths. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs. Exhale, completely releasing the air. Last breath. Inhale. Feel the ribs expand. And exhale all of the air out of your body. And now taking a hand to your chest. Inhale, fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, chest. Feel the ribs contract. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Take 2 more breaths, just like that. Airplane your arms out to the sides. Bending at the knees, walk your feet in towards the glutes. Coming into wash rag. Flip the left palm down into the floor. Right palm stays up. And now rotate the arms. Left palm up, right palm down. Keep the elbows loose and imagine your arms are like rolling pins. As you keep this pattern going, increase the movement so that your palm, arm, and shoulder roll further each time. And now add your head. Take your chin over towards the shoulder that has the palm lifting up, and then over to the other side. Stop for a moment with your chin towards the right shoulder, palm facing up. Lower your knees to the left, and then switch sides. So we're keeping the momentum of this pattern, rotating alternate palm facing up. We're adding the movement of the neck by taking our chin back and forth. And now we've added this movement in the knees, lowering the knees to one side and then the other. If you could imagine a wash rag that was dipped in water being wrung out to dry, that's the motion, that's the momentum you have here. Really allow the body to let go and enjoy this undulating twist. Keep going wherever you are for 2 more twists. Bringing your knees back to center, take a hold of the back of the right thigh, hugging the right knee in towards your chest. Begin to straighten the right leg, foot towards ceiling, knee over the hip. So keep your right knee somewhere above the right hip. If it's available to you, try taking the hands behind the calf or hook your strap to the sole of the right foot. Straightening the leg as much as you possibly can, walking the hands up the strap towards your foot. If it feels comfortable to you, you might straighten the left leg towards the bottom of the mat. If that doesn't feel comfortable, then keep the left knee bent. If it's available, you might try reaching for the right toes. So in that case, you don't need to use the strap. Taking one more breath, and now hug the leg in and slide your right foot over to the left about 4 to 6 inches. Think about taking the foot towards the left shoulder. Strong sensation in the IT band, but this pose is excellent for piriformis and sciatic issues. We're here for one more breath. Use your exhale to release your foot back to center, remove the strap, bending your knee, hug the right knee in towards your chest, and then draw circles with your knee, clockwise for a couple of circles, and then switch directions, take it counterclockwise. Releasing the hip. Take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Roll a little bit onto the outer left hip as you draw the right knee across your body over to the left side of your mat. If it's available to you, try tilting your chin towards the right shoulder. Find your breath up and down the spine as you twist from the waist. We're here for 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, begin to unwind the body. Bring your right knee back to center. Slide your left foot in, both knees bent. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Hug your knee in and straighten the left leg, heel towards sky. So you might stay here or work your hands up behind the left calf, or use your strap, hooking it to the sole of the left foot, walking your hands as far up the strap as is available to you. Right knee can stay bent, or you might straighten the right leg towards the bottom of the mat. Moving into that deeper IT band work. So hug the left leg in, really pull in. Slide your left foot about 4 to 6 inches towards the right. I like to think of taking my foot towards my right shoulder. Find the breath. The leg is as straight as possible, although often there is a soft bend in the knee. Give it one more breath. Release the strap from your foot. Bend the left knee, hug it in towards your chest, and then allow the knee to draw circles in the air. At first working counterclockwise and then reverse directions clockwise. Right hand takes a hold of the outside of the left knee. Lift up a little bit so that you can roll onto the right hip, outer right hip. Draw the left knee all the way across your body to the right side of the mat. Chin can tilt towards the left shoulder if that feels comfortable to you. Last breath here. Use your exhale to slowly unwind the body back to center. Both knees bending, hug the knees in towards the chest, and exhale nose towards the knees, curling the spine, rounding through your back. Slowly allow the back of the head and the shoulders to rest to the mat. Roll to one side of the body or the other and come all the way up into a cross-legged seated position. Take your right hand and wrap it around your low back, reaching for the left arm if that's available to you, or just settling the right hand to the low back with your palm facing behind you. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Holding for one more breath. Inhale, rise up through the crown of your head. Release your right arm from behind your back. Extend the right arm out to the side. Flex your hand, palm pressing out, and circle from the shoulder, making tiny circles. Reverse direction. Lower the right hand to your right thigh. And take the left hand, wrap it around your low back, reaching for the right arm if it's available. Deep breath in. On your exhale, lower right ear towards right shoulder. So nice long stretch through the left side of your neck. Make sure to breathe. Inhaling, rise up through the crown of your head. unwrap your left arm, press out through the left hand, straight out to the side of you, and tiny circles through the shoulder. Reverse direction. Release your fingertips to your shoulders and begin to circle the elbows backwards, up, back, and down. Nice big circles. And now reverse direction. Take the elbows up, forward, and down. And now interlace your fingers behind your head. Keep the elbows wide. Inhale, lift the chin, lean your head back into your hands. Exhale, begin to tuck your chin, and as you do so, draw the inner elbows towards one another. Stay tall through the spine, so don't round the back. Keep the spine nice and tall, and gently press into the back of your head, drawing this stretch through the neck and the tops of the shoulders. Inhale, begin to open the elbows, lift the chin, and release your hands down by your side. Coming into wide angle seated forward bend. Extend the heels out into a wide V. Keep your legs wide and your feet flexed. Taking a deep breath in, lengthen up through the spine. And on your exhale, begin to gently hinge forward from the hips. Crawl your hands out and find a place that you can reach comfortably. You might stay lifted, or if it's available to you, coming onto the elbows. Allow each exhalation to lower your body further towards the ground. One more breath. Begin to release by walking your hands in towards the thighs. Take a deep breath as you lengthen up through the spine. And then turning to the right leg, walk your hands down the length of the right leg as far as you can go. Make sure to prop your body in any way that you need, maybe sliding a pillow between the thigh and your belly. If it's available to you, try reaching the left hand towards the right hand. One more breath. Use your exhale to release, walking the hands in towards the upper body and then taking it over to the left. Crawling your hands slowly down the length of the left leg. Support your body, find your stretch. One last breath. Walk the hands in towards the upper body. Take the hands behind you and shimmy or shake the legs so that the feet come together. Bending the knees, step the feet wide. Windshield wiper the knees back and forth. If you'd like, you can add a little neck movement by taking your chin in the opposite direction of the knees. Extend the legs straight out in front of you, coming into half of a shoelace. Have a block handy for this, or maybe a pillow. Crossing the right leg over the left leg. Right heel towards the left glute. Right knee stacking over the left knee. Take a moment sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up, fingertips towards the sky. And exhale, hinge at the waist, folding forward. Reach the fingertips out in front of you. Maybe take a breath halfway forward and then fold completely, allowing the hands to rest down to the mat. You might stay here with the palms facing up, rounding the back, relaxing the head towards the knees. If it's available to you, you might hold on to the extended foot or wrap your arms around the front of your top knee. You might use your strap to hook to the bottom of your left foot. Or if you're really tight in the hip flexors, you might even use a block or a pillow underneath the right knee. So find your setup, find what works for you. And then once you've found the pose, allow your body to melt into it. There's a dance that happens between the posture and your body, so that we're never forcing our body into a cookie cutter pose. We're here for 2 more breaths. Slowly begin to release, rise up, uncross the right leg, shake the legs out for a moment, switching sides. Cross the left leg over the right, left heel comes in towards the right glute or the outer right hip, left knee stacking, ideally stacking over the right knee. Inhaling, reach the arms up towards the sky, and exhale, begin to hinge forward from the waist. At first, just stretching the fingertips out in front of you, releasing through the low back. And then when you're ready, allowing the arms to come all the way down, framing off your bottom leg. And either reaching for your right toes, hugging the front of your left thigh or knee, or just letting the hands rest facing up. Allow the back to round and drip the forehead towards the ground. One last breath. Begin to release by walking the hands in towards your hips. Uncross the top leg. Give both legs a little shake. And come forward onto the hands and the knees, moving into dragon pose. Step your right foot to the front of the mat. Your hands are to the inside of the right foot. If you have sensitive knees, make sure that you're cushioning the back knee or maybe doubling your mat by folding it over. If necessary, use a block underneath your hands to support your body. Distribute your weight evenly across both hips. As you sink your weight into the hips, if you feel comfortable, try lowering onto the forearms. Keep your chest open by keeping your head in a neutral position, so neither dropping it down or crooking it up. Keep your spine as long as you can and aim for having level shoulders. Last breath here. If you need to, release from the pose and press back into child's pose. Otherwise, begin to straighten the arms, palms into the mat for wandering dragon. Now you might take your block with you as you walk your hands to the left side of your mat, targeting the side body and the inner line of the front leg. If you're not using your block and you feel comfortable doing so, use your exhale to begin to lower down onto the forearms. Releasing your body, straighten the arms, walk the hands back to center of the mat. Slide your right knee slowly back to meet the left knee. Bring the knees together and take half circles with the hips. Right hip towards right wrist, left hip towards left wrist. Pressing back into rock pose, keep the knees together. Sit the glutes back onto the heels, bow the forehead to the mat, and wrap the arms alongside body, maybe reaching for the heels or the outer blades of your feet. Extend your arms out in front of you. Lift the hips, coming into tabletop. Move into cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the heart, the tailbone. Exhale, round your back, press away from the mat. Pause in neutral spine position and pivot the right knee out to the side, fire hydrant. Make a circle with your knee. Just circle out the hip. Doesn't really matter the alignment. And then reverse directions, take it the other way. Coming into dragon on the other side, step the left foot far forward towards the front of the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot and sink evenly through the hips. Support your back knee if you need to. Maybe have a block underneath your hands, lifting the heart forward. Again, if it's comfortable to you, lowering down onto the forearms. If you're able to lower onto the forearms, then allow your chest to sink towards the mat. But keep the chest open by not caving through the neck, by not looking towards the back of your mat or looking up towards the ceiling. Dragon is an excellent pose for enhancing endurance and balance when it comes to the mind and your emotions. At this point, we begin to release from dragon, taking it into wandering dragon or press into your child's pose. So taking your block or walking your hands to the right side of your mat, away from the left leg, allowing the upper body to bow forward. Release as you begin to straighten the arms and walk the hands back towards the center of the mat. Pressing into the palms, slide the left knee back to meet the right knee. Bring both knees together and take half circles with your hips. Press back into your rock pose, knees together, glutes towards heels, compressing your belly into the tops of the thighs, resting your forehead to the mat. Your next exhale, walk the hands out in front of you, lift the hips coming into tabletop. Use your breath to move into your cat-cow. Open your left knee out to the side and begin to draw circles with your knee. Again, it doesn't really matter which direction you move in. Flow fluidly, and then we'll switch directions. So just take it the other way. Coming all the way down onto your belly, stacking one forearm on top of the other. Allow your forehead to rest to the back of your forearms. Maybe you give your hips a little rock back and forth. Lifting your head, look forward, and holding onto opposite elbows, begin to walk the elbows in underneath your shoulders, coming into your Sphinx pose. If it's available to you, you might release the hands, forearms into the mat, fingertips facing the front of your mat. And either stay here in your back bend or bend the left knee out to the side. Slide the knee up as far as you can. Stay here or tucking the right toes, begin to pivot your right heel back and forth to the left and to the right. Keep pivoting the heel to the left and to the right for 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your right toes and slowly come all the way down onto your chest, either resting your forehead to the mat or resting your right cheek to the mat. Keep the left knee bent out to the side and breathe deeply into your low back. We're here for one more deep breath. And now slide the left leg back to meet the right leg. Holding on to opposite elbows, begin to march the elbows in underneath the shoulders, coming into your back bend, releasing the forearms to the mat. For Sphinx pose, either staying here or bending the right knee out to the side and sliding it up as high as you comfortably can, staying here or tucking the left toes, and begin to pivot the heel back and forth. So dialing your heel to the left and to the right, toes stay tucked into the mat. Keep dialing your heel for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your back toes, lower down onto your chest, either forehead to the mat or left cheek resting into the mat. Right knee stays bent out to the side, releasing the low spine. Two more breaths. Slide your right leg back to meet the left, bend both knees, and take a moment to windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Pressing your way up onto the hands and the knees, and then extending both legs out in front of you towards the front of your mat. Make your way gently down onto your back. Hugging both knees in towards your chest, taking happy baby, reaching for the outer blades of the feet. Pressing firmly into the feet and drawing your knees in towards the side body. Feel free to rock back and forth here, or maybe you work towards straightening the legs and bending the knees. Two more breaths. releasing by sending your feet up towards the ceiling, straightening the legs. Maybe you stay here, or reaching for a block or pillows, sliding them underneath your hips for supported shoulder stand. Sending your feet back up towards the ceiling. And taking what you need from this pose, maybe stretching the hands up towards the ceiling as well, or maybe stretching the toes towards the back wall. On your next exhale, begin to release from your supported shoulder stand. Draw the knees in towards the belly, and maybe bringing one foot at a time to the mat. Pause for a moment if you have the block underneath your hips, and then grounding your feet into the mat, lift your hips, remove the block out from underneath, and take a couple of breaths, windshield wipering the knees back and forth. From here, take any movement that your body needs, or simply extend the legs out into your Shavasana. Allow the breath to rise and fall naturally. Allow the body to sink into the mat. Please take this time. And thank you so much for joining me today for Tonic.